Hello, hello, hello there. How are you today? And welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Well, it is so good to be here with you, even though it is a very, very hot day here in the Boston area. It is in the 90s, and we are feeling the heat here. But I decided that I still wanted to come out and be with you. And just to make it very special, I decided that I would create my first bouquet from the garden. And right now in my garden, I have my hydrangeas that are still looking fairly good. This is a bridal bouquet, and I have this new, um, it's a mint. It's called Mountain Mint, I believe. Mountain Mint. And then my first two zinnias, I actually cut my first two zinnias just for you all. And they're so pretty. And then, of course, I have my spirea, which is reblooming again. And I have apple mint. And then these are the flowers from the hosta flowers. So that is what is making up my bouquet here. And I put it in this old-fashioned um, vase that actually it's an heirloom for me from my aunt Tanti, who was like my grandmother. She had this vase in her home, and when they were giving away things and um, cleaning up the home, I saw the vase and I said, I have to have this vase, because my auntie, she was a gardener. She loved flowers and she loved these sort of things. And I learned a lot from her. And I do have to attribute my love for gardening from her, as well as my mother and my grandmother, because my grandmother actually inspired my mother. Hey, Francesca, how are you? So um, that is what I have for you. My first floral arrangement. It is so hot here. Excuse me if you see me perspiring, because it is hot. It is hot. And I almost changed my mind and said, no, I wouldn't come and greet you all. But I couldn't do that because I love meeting with you all here at Catherine's Garden and Home. And there's so much to talk about. Flowers now that are blooming in my garden, the summer garden, and I wonder what is blooming in your summer garden. I just did a little quick um lookbook, a pictorial video of the pictures that I've been taking of my garden, and the garden is just looking so bright and beautiful in spite of the heat that I have. I said I need to put it together so I can capture it on. Or things like I'm having a little problem here with the connection, but it's back on. What did you say, Francesca? Francesca said, lovely afternoon. Your bouquet is quite pretty. We got a brief something from the heat today. Oh, a reprieve. Well, we I am not getting any reprieve right now. I feel myself just perspiring. So if you see me sweating, you know that it is hot, okay? It is hot. And I have myself a nice cold glass of water here. But it looks like I am just perspiring. So I will not be with you for long, but I just wanted to come. I want to be faithful. That is something that I've learned in life, that you can't just let situations stop you. I'm in shade right now. The house is blocking the sun. The sun is on the other side, so it is cooler here. I am in the shade. But I found when I was walking around gathering the flowers that I was in the sun, and that got me hot. And so now my body's heated up, and I need to drink this water so that I can stay cool. But I was nice and cool when I first came outside. But because of that, going and walking around the garden to gather the flowers, that I found myself just, you know, building up all this heat. But you know, they say that this is good when you perspire because it's your pores. Your pores are letting out whatever perspiration is. It's cleaning out your pores, right? You know, like when you go to the sauna. And have you ever been to the sauna? I've been to a sauna a couple of times, and you're sitting there, and you want to perspire, and it just cleans out your pores. It just makes you feel more fresh. Whatever it is that's inside of you that's toxic comes out. So I'm looking at the bright side of this feeling of perspiration. That my pores are cleaning out, and I probably need it too because I still have a little cough from a cold that I've been wrestling with, and just trying to feed my body nutritional things. So I guess this perspiring is just helping to get out all the toxins. All right, and I think I saw Gardens Army. Bev, are you there? Hi, how are you? Oh, thank you, Francesca. How are you, Darlene? I was thinking about you. Where have you been, Darlene? I haven't seen you in the chats lately, and I was wondering if everything was all right with you. I'm glad to see you here today in the chat. Um, and I haven't forgotten about you. I have just been, as you know, under the weather, so that getting to the post office is not an easy thing. But I do have that book for you. I just have to get to the post office. All right, darling? I haven't forgotten. And yeah, this is my first bouquet from the garden. Hello, Deborah. How are you? Hello, everyone. We just had a flash thunderstorm. All is well. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. How are you doing? Well, that's nice to hear. And how is everyone? I see there are other people that are watching. How are you all doing? Just stop in the chat and say hello. Um, and you know how we make our bouquets, right? Flowers. July is the beginning of flowers, right? And I hope that you planted some flowers. If not, it's not too late to plant some zinnia seeds and add them. Now, I think this is mountain mint, this here. I had bought it last time. I bought the seeds last year, right? I bought the seeds last year when we were talking about developing an herbal tea garden. And this year it is actually grown and flowered, and it has a beautiful, beautiful flower to it. Yeah, the mountain mint there, really pretty. And it to me makes a really good filler. And so I added that to it here. And then I have my spirea here, which has a little touch of yellow uh, to go with the yellow inside of the zinnia. And then this blue, this here, this is my hydrangea. This is bridal bouquet, and this one happens to look very, very good because it's in the shade. But the rest of the blooms, the other ones that are in the sun is just toasting it, toasting the little florets. Um, and then I have here apple mint. This is apple mint. So my bouquet is smelling really, really good too. So it's colorful, but it's also fragrant. And I don't know if you heard earlier, but I was talking about the vase, that this vase is from my Aunt Tanti. She passed away. But when they were giving away things in our home, I said, I want this vase. And so it has been a part of our coming together time. I've been able to fill it with flowers. I said, I'm going to use this one to be my first floral bouquet of the season. Oh, and the purple flowers. The purple, that is the flower from the hosta. My hosta flowers. My hosta flowers. Oh. So excuse me for those who are watching and came on. It is in the 90s here. I think it's 94 or 95, something like that. And so it is hot. But right now I can feel a breeze, which is so good. And I'm on the shady side. I'm on the north side of the house. So I'm in the shade. The house is shading me. So I'm not in the sun. But as I was gathering the flowers, I had to go up to the front of the house, which is the south side where the sun is. And boy, I mean, I wasn't even there for long. Oh, and the heat is really amazing. But I love this. I love this. And you know what? What I wanting to do, I want to, we talked about propagation, and I want to propagate some more of these hydrangeas, especially this one, the bridal bouquet, and put it in my border back there. My blue border, hydrangea border has been doing okay. The heat has been a lot for it, even though they're underneath the trees, the oak trees that I have down there. They're still it's dry, so no matter how much water I give them, the leaves are flopping. But I believe that they'll be fine, that they will come back. Hey, Yankee Sister Homestead, how are you? How are you? I hope you're doing well. I enjoyed you. By the way, people, in the mornings, on Wednesday mornings, Francesca and Thelma are on in the mornings. Francesca and Thelma, they're hosting a devotional, and it's part of, they're part of my team. We're a team. Our collaborative with Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy, which is my other channel where I have a devotional. And I'm on Mondays and Tuesdays in the mornings, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And Wednesday mornings at 9 o'clock, Francesca and Thelma come on, and they're doing a fantastic job. They have their own wonderful audience of gardeners. All of Yankee Sister Homestead's gardening friends come out to support and get a little word from them, and it is so good. This morning was really a lot of fun. There was so much laughter going on, so much joy, even in the midst of all of the things that are happening in our country. I got caught up with listening to some of the things that people are saying. And I have a lot of, because I listen to Christian YouTube, a gospel YouTube, they have these prophets and so forth coming on, and the doom and gloom that they're talking about what's coming up. But even we know that something is coming up here in our country, and that we need to be aware of and to be prayerful. If you are a praying person, now is the time to really up your prayer life. And what better place to pray than in your garden? While you're gardening, just says, Lord, help me, help my family, bless us, Lord, help this country. You could do some moaning and groaning in the garden. Oh, and the Spirit of the Lord will be with you as you are gardening. And now is not the time to back up from prayer and the spiritual part. and especially in the garden. I mean, that is where God will meet you and meet me. This morning they talked about hearing God's voice. You work with the food bank on Wednesday mornings. Oh, that's okay. There's always the replay, Deborah. But congratulations on that. That is beautiful, that you're working with the food bank, because they were talking about that food shortages expected for 2025. And I was thinking about us as gardeners, and they said one of the things that you need to do is learn how to garden, and have a garden, because they're probably going to be a shortage of food on the shelves. I mean, after listening to that, I was like, oh my goodness. I felt like, oh my goodness, I got to get back into that mode of, survival mode. Make sure that you have your seeds, so that you can, for next year, gather as many seeds as you can. They, the way that they were talking about 2025, it was just, you know, make sure that you have your matches and batteries and all of that survival things. But then a lot of people have had outages. Not here in the Boston area, thank God. But other people, but they've talked about tornadoes and things like that, natural disasters happening. So one has to prepare as well. But I'm thankful about the garden. So I said, I gotta come on and talk to my gardening friends. I said, I gotta come on and talk to my gardening friends and how to just stay cool and calm and collective, you know? Stay calm, stay calm. And one way that we stay calm is by um, going into our gardens and looking at beautiful things, beautiful flowers, putting together a beautiful bouquet, you know, walking around in the garden, meditating in the garden. All of that will give us peace. Francesca, we appreciate you and your wisdom. Thank you, Francesca. Um, all of that will give you peace. And um, one of the things is that I think we talked about that today, well, this week, about, what are you watching? What are you focused on? And I was so happy to say I'm focused on my garden, that I'm focusing on creating beauty all around me. I'm focused on planting and caring for my food. I'm focused on making green salads. Oh, I've been enjoying my cucumbers. Any of you have cucumbers? Your cucumbers, are you harvesting cucumbers? Oh, my cucumbers have been so crunchy and delicious, along with the kale. I've been making a salad with kale leaves, cucumber, onions. Oh, by the way, Thelma, you talked about your onions. So I felt so guilty about my little onions because they've been overtaken by the purple perilla and other things that are in that patch. So I went and I started pulling out all of the plants that are surrounding my onions so that they can grow and develop. Not Gardens of Me said not yet for the cucumbers, but lots of flowers though. Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, your cukes would come soon. And so I was cleaning up the bed with the onions, and you know what? I saw the onion bulbs um, forming, getting larger. Before they were like this size. Now they're a lot larger. And I said, I got to do what Thelma did. I got to take some of this stuff off from around my onions so that they could at least grow a little bit more. And I've been adding them to my to my salads too. Oh, it is so pungent, the onions. You know, if you've ever um, diced up your onion, pulled an onion and then cut it up. Oh my goodness. Deborah says, my cucumber plants are dying back. I'm thinking of dropping some seeds for a second. Yes, for a second round. And you know, that is what I was going to talk about first. I was going to talk about starting to think about gardening, fall gardening, and what are some of the things that you want to plant. Even though we just are in summer, before you know, fall is going to be here. But then I was thinking about the availability of seeds, you know, so that you'll be able to plant the seeds um, in August, I believe. I tried to do fall planting last year, but I started September 1st, but it wasn't enough time for everything to grow. So I'm thinking of starting my fall planting, um, you know, like the beginning of August or around that time, so that I will have at least 2 full months. I will have August and September, and then harvest them in October, because I believe October 6th or something like that is my first frost, something like that, like right, you know, right at the end of September. Um, and so I wanted to bring that to your attention too, that if you have specific things that you want to grow for the fall, to make sure that you start gathering the seeds for that. And I pulled out my old book, my 2023 book. Yeah, my gardening book. Are you all using your gardening book, your journal? I pulled out my 2023 journal and I looked at this. I did this from September 1st to October 16th. I said I had 46 days for um, fall gardening. And I had written down, hey, Sonia. I wrote down beans, bush beans, turnips, beets, spinach, Swiss chard, cucumber, radish, sugar pods, chives, carrots, microgreens, green onions, and kale. And that's what I had sowed um, September 1st. But I believe that it was a little too late. I needed to have sown this at least 2 weeks earlier, like in August. August, probably the second week in August, no later than the second week in August, so that it would, you know, everything would have a chance to grow. And the bush beans came along, but by the time they were ready to harvest, it was too deep into October. It started to get cold, and not as much light. And I think we're, you know, summertime, we're able to have a lot of light and heat and all of that. So it's really hard to think about fall in the middle of this heat. That's why I changed the topic. But Deborah, you caused me to go right back to the topic that I was thinking about. Um, Gather your seeds, okay, and start thinking about your second sowing, you know, that will take you deeper in. And the other reason why that's important is because if there's any food shortage or whatever, you will still have food. You will have food to last you. And I was thinking about my kale or collard greens. You know, I actually sowed some collard green seeds today. I started some seed, you know, I sowed some seeds in some pots, because I said I want to get the little seedlings to put in the garden, so that time when fall, you know, August comes, the second week in August, I'll be able to put them in the ground so that they can develop and maybe take me into the next year. Um, because the collard greens, the collard greens, the collard greens, the collard greens. I was able to go out, even in the, my husband went out to the garden, even when there was snow on the ground, and gathered him some collard green leaves and used it to use with the baking of the fish. Oh my goodness. It was delicious. It just kept the fish moist and everything just tasting so good. And then to be able to eat some fresh greens from my garden. It was so good. And of course, pumpkins, right? And I went and I sowed some more porcelain pumpkins and in pots, in the little pots to create some more seedlings. Especially after hearing that man talk about what's possible, what might happen in 2025. I mean, it was like, ugh, I need to. Um, it caused me to think about getting seedlings ready for the fall planting, and so that's what I did. How's everybody doing? The kale is good, chopped up and eaten on a baked potato. Yes, it is, Francesca. How's everybody doing? How's your garden doing? How's your garden growing? And have you been gathering any of your flowers and making bouquets? Francesca, have you been making any bouquets and bringing them indoors or with the flowers that are on your property? I know you are, Dev, that you are. Yes. And Sonia, thank you so much for the picture of your sunflowers. And Bev was teasing you. Did you see what she wrote? I put, that's right. That's the other thing. If you have pictures of your garden, send them to me. Francesca says, my daughter has brought me a bouquet yesterday. Oh, that's fabulous. She loves to gather. I've been bringing in my zinnias. Oh, that's good, Sonia. Sonia has a tall um, sunflower, and hers is just like mine. It must be that year, Sonia, with Dollar Tree that they had those types of sunflowers in their sunflower packs, because that's where I got mine from, the Dollar Tree, and I had sewed it, and I got one just like yours, a multi-head sunflower, and it went to seed and so forth, and it self-sowed itself in the front. That's why in that garden area, my English style cottage garden area that I call it, you could see all of those sunflowers because they're volunteers. It's so nice. It really is nice. It's nice. What else are you all growing? What else is happening with you all? Put it in the chat and let me know what else is happening for you. Are you all staying cool? Staying indoors? This morning, it was so nice. I went out into the garden and I did all of that in the morning, around 7 o'clock. I was out in the garden. Francesca says she has alfalfa flowers, daisies, purple clover, and some hollyhocks. Ooh, hollyhocks. I need you to send me some hollyhock seeds. Francesca, hollyhocks. I love hollyhocks, but I have not been able to grow them here in my garden. For some reason, I haven't been able to grow them. What color are the hollyhocks? But I love the flower. Are they multiple bloom or what? Yeah, Deborah says, yes, I made bouquets in small sparkling apple bottles. Uh-huh, the green bottles, they make a great way to display my zinnias. Yes, yes. Yeah, that's the other thing. I've been thinking of going antiquing just to see if I can find some more vases to put the flowers in. Yeah, I haven't been in a while, but when I was putting this together, I thought about it. I said I need to go to Goodwill and check out their vases and see what they have, so that I'll have an assortment, increase my assortment there of vases for the bouquets. Oh, Francis said, oh, you bet I will. They are wild on my farm. I have 2 shades of pink and yellow. Oh, that's nice. Sonia says, I want to see pics. gardens of me. Me too. Me too. I want to see pics from you, Bev. Send them. You know my email. Send them. Go to the website. Send. You can send it through the website, or you can send me, because you have my email. The $1.25 store sells the sparkling apple juice in small bottles. Oh, that's nice. The hollyhocks can reach over 8 feet tall. Oh, that's good. Then they'll be able to compete with my. They'll be able to compete with um, my lilies, my oriental lilies. Did you see my white oriental lilies picture? They grew so tall. They're about a good 6, 7 feet tall. So that will be nice. Do they like the sun? Hollyhocks like sun? Or are they more sunshade? Because I'll have to decide where to put them. If it's a sun-loving, um, then I'll have to consider where to put them. The lilies are beautiful. Yes. Sonia. Yes, full sun, says Francesca with the hollyhocks. Sonia, my oriental lilies. Yours love the sun also. My oriental lilies, my Casablanca lilies. I have stargazer lilies. Oh, I had planted those stargazer lily bulbs about 3 years ago. And I got the bulbs from Costco. And I thought that they were, that they had faded out. But this year, between the hydrangeas and the hydrangeas and the lilies, the oriental lilies, wow, they have come back. And that's really pushing me to want to get some more oriental lilies. The they're right now they're finished, the Casablanca lilies, but I have this Madonna oriental lily that is blooming, but it's much smaller. It used to be very big and voluptuous. But I changed the location of them and it affected the size. But hopefully next year they'll be much more larger. The bloom would be larger, like they used to be. Um, because this year they're like, how they say the first year when you plant something, it sleeps, if it's a perennial. First year sleeps, second year creeps, third year leaps. I'm hoping that that Madonna lily will leap next year. Yeah. Yeah. What else are you growing? What else is happening in your gardens? It's gotten a little cooler now. It feels better. It feels better. Or maybe I've just adjusted. It's actually cloudy. It looks like it might rain in a little while. But I am glad to feel the coolness here in my garden. What else? What else is happening with you all? What else are you growing? Darlene, what are you growing? Darlene, are you there? What are you growing in your garden? What else is on your mind? Yankee Sister Homestead, how's your garden growing? How are your gardens growing? Zinnias are the easiest thing to grow. If you have not planted any zinnia seeds, plant them now because they will grow really fast because of the heat. Anything you put in the ground right now will grow quickly. If you direct sow it, it will grow quickly because of the fact that the soil is warm. And then if you make sure that you keep it moist, don't let the seeds dry out, you should be able to get anything to sprout quickly. Now, yeah, so as I was saying, to start gathering your fall planting seeds for the vegetable seeds, microgreens, zinnias, nasturtiums, and then last last time we talked about gathering your own seeds. I think that that is the most important thing too, to be aware of your seeds going to flower in the fall and making sure that you save your seeds. Just in case the seed stores don't have that many seeds or there's a seed shortage, that you wouldn't be caught without seeds. Donnie says, I have some zinnias that are starting to bloom. That's nice. So, question with your hydrangea blooms: do you cut them after they're spent? No, I don't. What I do is I let them stay on through the winter, uh, and because they provide winter interest, so I just leave them. And in the spring, I cut them in the spring. Um, if they were in better condition, because I didn't. If you haven't seen my garden, any of the garden videos, you know that I have that hydrangea hedge, and I have hydrangeas in the front and the back and everything. And the thing is that the sun, any of the hydrangeas that are in a sunny area, that they've got scorched, a little scorched on the top. This one's happened to be in the shade, so that's why it's looking fresh still. But later on in the season, it will turn color. It's going to turn a blue. As you can see, it was white first, then it turns this kind of baby blue, and then later on it will turn a like a maroon color. You know, it will turn like a purpley maroony color, a very autumny, autumn looking color. So it goes through its phases. So I just let the blooms stay on the bush, and then in the spring, I cut off all of the dead spent blooms, and just freshen up the bush. Darlene said I had some pink ones and they turned like a greenish color. Yes, they will turn. Yeah, they might turn a greenish color. It depends on what type they are. Yeah. Deborah said, I propagated more Rose of Sharon trees from my son's yard and planted them in a pot to grow before I planted them in my yard. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. My auntie, she has Rose of Sharon trees all around her yard. And I think it was like 2 years ago when I went to visit, she gave me 3 of them. I planted, one of them died because I didn't plant it. It was in a small pot and it dried out and I didn't catch it. The other 2 I put in the ground. One of them died and now I only have 1. And now that one that I have though has grown up into a tree form. Because what I've been doing is I've been cutting the lower branches, and I really want it to grow into a tree form. It has not flowered yet, but it will be. It is starting to get little. You can see the little buds. So it will be flowering soon. But my neighbor behind me here, he has 2 beautiful Rose of Sharon trees, and they are beautiful. One is pink, and one is blue. Oh, it is so pretty. Darlene says, my hibiscus is blooming and the Rose Sharon, they are blooming too. Your hibiscuses, perennial hibiscus? Wow, that's good. Mine is just starting to form the buds, my 2 hibiscus. And I am so excited to see them bloom this year because they've been in the ground for about 3 years now. This is going to be its 3rd year, I believe. Yeah, its 3rd year. And this year, I was a lot more wiser. I didn't allow things to crowd them out, so they've had more room to grow. And I'm hoping that they would just be beautiful. I know they're going to be beautiful. I want that to be the star of the show in August. my perennial hibiscus. This year has been. Have you had a good growing season this year? Did you all? Are things growing as well for you as they are for me? They are growing. This year, I cannot complain about my garden. Has been just fantastic. What a beautiful year with all of the flowers and the color. It's like amazing. It's like I am so in love with my garden. I walk out in the morning when it's cool and no there's no one outdoors. You know, the world is quiet and I just look at it and I said, "Oh, this is my garden." And I had to say, "Thank you, Lord." I revel in the flowers, and I'm looking from the deck, and then I go downstairs and I start walking. You know, walk with me in the mornings when I do that walk with me. Oh my goodness, I just get so mesmerized by all the beauty. It's just so good for the soul. Good for the soul. Yes. So keep on planting flowers. And Gardens of Me says, my limelight hydrangeas are coming into bloom. Oh, that's beautiful. That must be so beautiful. Bev. Oh, wow. I have a little, um, a little quick fire. Is it quick fire? Hydrangea. And it is growing and it's looking really good. It is looking really good. Um, I, I have been interested in limelights, but um, my wonderful people, you stuck with me. Someone called me, and then YouTube crashed. I'm here, you there? I was like, oh, why now? Yes, you're right, Francesca. Somebody calling at the wrong time. And L. Anderson, pink mop head hydrangea. I think I might have overwatered. Cutting back on this. I'm in Florida. Yeah, too much water might not be good for it. How are you, L. Anderson? You missed us? Yes, all is well. We are doing well. We're still here. Hello, Francesca. You're back. Yay! Yes, I'm here. Patience is a virtue. It sure is. It sure is. Anyway, but I am so glad that you all showed up as well. And I'm so glad that I'm able to give you my first bouquet to share it with you. This is my gift to you, my lovely people. Yes, L. Anderson, my gift to all of my gardening friends. Some beauty. So at least when you leave here from our conversation, that you will leave with a smile. Everybody smile where you are. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Smile. Everybody. Yes. Everybody put a, a smiley face in the chat. Then I'll know that you're smiling. Cheese. Good, Francesca. Yes, come on. Only Francesca's smiling. Ella Henderson, no smile? Cheese! Come on, give me a smile. Come on. That's beautiful. Yes. Look at that. That is for you. It should bring out a smile. Come on, Bev, Darlene, all of the others. Gardens of Me, she gave me with a lot of love. That's beautiful. Yeah, come on. There you go. There you go. Yeah, you got to leave Catherine's garden and home happy. Um, Francesca had on her shirt this morning a button that said joy. Beautiful, thank you. You're welcome, Sonia. Yes. Francesca had a button that said joy. I think we all need to walk around with joy buttons. We need to market that, Francesca. Joy, 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 joy. Because with all of the gloom and doom on the television, wow, we need some joy. And our gardens are definitely giving it to us, giving us a lot of joy. And your company also is giving us a lot of joy, giving me a lot of joy. Well, I hope that you have been working in your journals and know that it's just, it's just the beginning of summer. We have what, July, August, and then in September we start heavy harvesting. And Francesca says, we all have a joyous time together seeing your garden and its array of colors and smells. Thank you. Thank you. And I am having such a ball creating videos for you all. The walk with me videos, and some of the things that's going on in the garden. It's harder for me to have you all see what I'm doing, because I need a different camera to be able to show you the activities, how I'm doing things. But I'm trying to work on that and to continue to let you see, at least at the end of what the results are. Yeah, because as I said, I did a lot of work this morning on the in on seed, starting seeds, my collard green seeds. So last week, I showed you the collard green seeds in the pods, and this morning I sorted them out. I sorted the seeds out, and I got a whole lot of collard green seeds. So I decided that what I would do is to plant and start in a tray of collard greens. So I save a lot of the containers that I get from from the store, like when we go to Home Depot and you get those little 6 packs and so forth, those other packs. So I had one, and I just filled it up with compost, and I actually used the compost that we made from my garden. So I have a compost pile over there by the lower food bank, and I went and I sifted the soil, and used that soil. And I'm telling you, my homegrown compost soil is so much better than the bag soil. And it sifted so fine. It was so good. I have some there, and it has some bark and so forth. But I sifted out again. I did a double sifting of removing all of the bark and the rocks and all of that stuff. And boy, I just know in my heart that my collard green seeds that I just sown are going to sprout real soon, and are going to be strong because the soil was so rich and good. Does any of you all have a compost pile? Have you composted your own soil? Anybody? Any of you do composting? Huh? Anybody there? Francesca says, my middle son, who is 8 years old, Adam, made my button. Oh, wow. That is nice, Francesca. Well, congratulates Adam for us. Francesca says, we just stir our compost as it was getting a little warm in spots. Oh, that's good. Gardens and me say, I have a composter bin. Yeah, that is the best thing, and because the soil that they're giving in the bags are getting smaller and smaller. I mean, I was going to go and buy some potting soil so that I can start my seeds, and I am so glad that I didn't do that. Sonia, you have a compost bin? Good, good. So everyone else has a compost bin? Excuse me, you don't even you all you need to do, well, what I we did was we gather our leaves because I have a lot of trees, oak leaf tree leaves and so forth in the fall, and the grass clippings, and I've been using cardboard to also help with composting, and we did that last year, and so all of that has overwintered, and this year, now that soil is just so rich. You have to dig a little bit underneath it, and underneath the soil is just so good. And so that's what I'm using. And I actually used some of it to pot up some of my flowers here, and they are looking so fantastic. Um, because I needed soil and I didn't want to go and buy bag soil. So what I did was I filled it up with that. I had a little bag soil, and I used some of that as well, and potted up my caladiums, and they're doing really really well in the pot. Yeah, so I have a lot of color on my deck from the caladiums and the impatiens. They're right here actually. You see? And there's the other one. I don't know if you could see that. Do you see them? Yeah. And they are growing really, really well in the pots here. I'm just enjoying them. I want to put the pots out in the garden, but I just love just watching them up close. It makes me smile, makes me happy. So I've kind of been container gardening instead for a little bit here. Well, that is, I don't have anything else to say. Anything, any news that you want to share with me? Any news? Anything good? Oh, you know what I wanted to say? That last week we talked about, oh, there's a sparrow right there. Last week we talked about preserving our foods. And so, after this, listening to that man, the prophet who was talking about all of the devastation that's going to happen next year in 2025, about storms and, you know, possibly food shortages and all of that stuff, I said, I need to find another way to save my foods. Because I was talking about using the freezer and freezing foods and so forth. So I might have to start thinking about canning like the rest of you all. Even though I don't want to do that, I don't want to can. But or maybe vacuum pack, but sealing stuff. But then um, I still have to put it in the refrigerator. I don't know, but I started thinking about preservation and drying things. Your string bean harvest? Okay. Francesca, we will look at my community page and see the first part of the string bean harvest. Yeah. Deborah said, I do have a compost bin and will use it this fall for my collard greens. Good, 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 good. Well, that is about it. I've been eating my string beans too, Francesca. And my second batch of string beans, I actually brought up here on the deck with me so that I can keep it close by. And it was in a more shaded spot. And the sun almost dried them out. I just caught it. I had watered that pot. I'm looking at them right now. And they got a little shrivelly there. Sonia says, I might try an electric canner. They have electric canners? I might have to try something like that. I'll have to check it out. Electric canner. Oh, wow. That's a possibility. Yeah, so if you all have know of other ways, um, Deborah said, I bought a pressure canner during the Amazon Prime sale. Hopefully I will learn how to use it. Oh, okay. I picked, Francesca says, I picked 4 zucchinis as well. Been eating a lot of air fried zucchini chips. Oh, yes. Oh, Francesca, I've harvested 3 zucchinis. The first one was, small. I would say just about a foot. All right? Wasn't too large. The next one ended up being a foot and a half. And then I was looking at the zucchinis, just checking out to see if there were any. And you know what? There was one hiding, and it is like 2 feet. I got a Bam Bam zucchini. Yes, I got my first Bam Bam zucchini. Monica should be here to hear this. I got my first Bam Bam. But I am trying not to get that. I'm trying to eat to catch them before they get too big. Bam Bam for sure. Uh-huh. So we have to come up with zucchini recipes. That's amazing. Yes, it was hiding. I said, is that a zucchini? I looked, it was huge. And I pulled it up. Oh wow. It was quite amazing. So I need to I need to go and pull up some zucchini recipes. Yeah, and start eating them before they start to accumulate on the dining room table. My husband's not going to be happy about that. But I've been eating them, and I have to juice the zucchini because zucchini juice is really good. Um, it's like cucumber juice. Francesca says they hide like snakes in the garden. Oh, talking about snakes in the garden. I saw one yesterday morning, a snake in my garden. Yes, I did. It's about this long, about 2 feet. Yeah, it was longer than a foot, and it was slipping out real quick. I was like, what? But I think garden snakes eat slugs, right? And it was right in the like the kitchen garden area. So I have been getting a lot of holes. I think I've been seeing slugs in that area. So if the garden snake is eating the slugs, more power to it. Yeah. Snakes make me scream and run as fast as I can on the opposite direction. But this didn't seem harmful. It was more running away from me than me running away from it. So it's fine. Just as long as it's eating the slugs and anything else that it wants to eat. That's fine. Because I know it's not going to eat my food. Oh no, says Darlene. What, the snake? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Um, And they say if you have snakes in the garden, that just the garden snakes, the ones that aren't harmful, that's the sign that you have a healthy garden. That's what they say. Anyway, well, let us grow, 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 grow together. In Catherine's garden and home, that's right. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. In Catherine's garden and home, In Catherine's garden and home, that's right. I found a frog in my garden. You did, Sonia? I have not found, I have not found, I've never had a frog in my garden. You know what I saw in the garden? A rabbit. And it has a bushy white, bushy tail, brown, cute as a button. But the problem is that he or she has been hanging around here. And just as long as it doesn't eat my food, yeah, just as long as it doesn't eat my veggies. But there's plenty of greenery. I mean, if it wants, you know what I saw the rabbit eating? It was eating the flower of um, the hosta. It was eating one of the hosta flowers. So I didn't mind that. It could eat all of the hosta flowers it wants, but just don't eat my vegetables. No, no, don't eat, don't eat my vegetables. They are, they are for me. Don't eat my vegetables. Little rabbit, you better stay far. Or I'm gonna send the snake after him. I don't know they eat them. Well, they eat that. They eat that. They eat the clover. They eat a lot of the other little things. Yeah. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. I'm feeling happy. Are you all feeling happy? Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's garden and home. The rabbit is just nibbling. Yes, that's right, Sonia. The rabbit is just nibbling. That's right, darling. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, grow, I got joy, yes. Grow, 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 grow. You know, I feel a breeze. It feels really good out now. I have garden snakes, frogs, yada, yada. Gardens are me. She has gardening frogs, gardening snakes, and a yada, yada, yada. That's right. Go ahead, Beverly. That's right. Gardens are me. That's it. That's it. Al Anderson, finishing dinner while listening in. This was so much, Miss Catherine. Everyone have a great night. Blessings all. The joy of this live has made my night. Oh, that's good, Al Anderson. Thank you for the comment. Yes. And so we're going to be wrapping up. And thank you all. Thank you, Francesca. And thank you, Sonia, Deborah. Who else? Francesca, Beverly, Darlene. My yard is not that big, so I pray that I never see a big snake or mice in the garden. Yeah, you know. You know what I saw? Running through the garden, though. It was running from my yard and went straight through to the other people's front yard. I saw a mother raccoon with 3 of her little baby raccoons. And I was like, oh my God, I hope they don't decide to stick around in my garden. But they kept it moving. I was so happy. hmm I was so happy that they didn't decide to stick around and here in my garden. I would have had to find a rock or a brick or something and throw it at them. But anyway, so that is it. Thank you so much. As I said, my first bouquet of the year, and I'm hoping that there'll be many more to come that I can share with you. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Stay cool. Make sure that you stay hydrated. Look at my ice. I had ice all the way down, and look at that. That's all the ice I have left. Darling said, oh, Jesus, yes, keep moving. Yes, Jesus, Jesus, yes. So, you know what? I just feel like just saying, Lord, please bless everyone that's on this live with me tonight. I thank you that they came and they were able to share this joy with me. I pray that they will have sweet dreams and that you will help them to continue to let their garden grow. May their gardens be fruitful and abundant. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, good night, everybody. Yay! Yay! Have a wow Wednesday evening, all. Yes. Yay. Thank you so much. You made my night. And keep cool. All right. Have a good night. Thank you, Sonia. And amen, amen, amen. Yay. Yay. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Have a nice night, everybody. Bye. Bye, Sonia. Bye, Bev. Bye, Darlene. Bye. Amen. L. Anderson. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. You made my day. You know, it's hard for me to let you go. Good night, Deborah. Sweetie Pie. Thank you, Deborah, for being there. I love it. Thank you so much. You've been really good to me and been faithful coming all the time. Thank you so much. All right, good evening, everybody. Have a nice night. And see you next time here at Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right. Yes, my Sonia, thank you so much for your faithfulness. I do appreciate it. Have a good evening, everyone. Bye.